Hello everyone, Mighty Benaya back with another March Chatters map. I have it on the nation colors for this video simply because there are a limited number of nations now, and I think it works better now that the number of nations has been reduced to see where everybody is instead of the allies, because I have share map with a lot of people, I have right of way with other people, and it's hard to see where nations are. Since last time we touched base, I was in control of the majority, or a good portion of the UK, of England. And as you can see, it has been taken from me. But this was all according to plan. So part of the reason that this is a good thing for me, look how many troops Greenland has here guarding the British Isles. Now, this isn't the entirety of his force, but it's a huge portion of his force. I was able to drive Greenland out of Norway. I was actually able to save a couple of Norwegian provinces along the way, but also I drew a lot of his troops that were up here in Greenland. Yesterday we had revealed all of his armies, and I wish that I had been able to record yesterday so that I could have shown all of that. Unfortunately, I was unable to, but he moved most of his troops out of Greenland and out of Iceland in order to occupy England and Ireland, obviously, in order to take it back away from me. And so this has put us in a good position. Now, Mighty Benaya, why would Greenland, having taken provinces from you, put you in a good position? Well, he has several subs, but I know where some of his subs are. I actually did have a fighter that he eliminated, revealing some of his subs, but I know he has a sub approximately right here. It may have moved around a little bit. I know he has a sub up here in the north, and I know that he has had a sub somewhere here in the south. It was here. I think it actually recently got eliminated by this Austro-Hungarian sub. Let's look at the newspaper real quick and see. So Balloon Brigade. No, not real recently. Look at that. Killing all my balloons. I know that it was eliminated. There was a sub around here recently. Other than the subs, the only naval forces that Greenland has is a battleship that is producing, which I was able to sneak. I had a couple of cruisers. I was able to sneak them up here and bombard his harbor, so it's delayed yet another day. I've been able to successfully continually delay his battleship production. But also, with all of his forces up here, I have the theoretical capability of launching from Norway and attacking Greenland. He has all of his forces forward, and so the goal at this point is to wrest control of the seas from him. Now, that is Greenland. What about Canada and the US? Well, Canada has landed a huge force here, 200 and we'll say 240 guys on the shores of Spain, and the U.S. hasn't made any significant impact, I don't think. I feel like the U.S. Daydream Believer. So U.S. has been changing his name to a different song. I like Daydream Believer. That's a good one. U.S. has been focusing most of his efforts down here in the south, but because Canada and Greenland have Spain to land in, and Spain refused to stay neutral, and they were landing, like they were going to come conquer us. We had to go after Spain. So Austria-Hungary declared war on Spain, attacked Barcelona, took Barcelona, and is going after Madrid here shortly. This is primarily in an effort to prevent Canada and the US and Greenland from doing more stuff like this. Now, it looks like they're going to go back to sea, so who knows? It may be that this force is going up to continue to defend the English island, which I would be happy with. Like, if they can keep this for as long as they want. If they want to stack the English island with troops, we'll go ahead and we'll take Greenland and we'll take Canada, and they'll be stuck on this island. Like, I'm fine with that. And that's the thing that I really want to talk about today. Is there comes a point in the game where your tactics are important, but they are less important than your overall strategy. So as the game progresses, your focus needs to become more and more macro, more and more about bigger and bigger things. So in the beginning of the game, you want to be very focused on where you put your troops, how you dedicate your troops. In the mid-game, you want to start giving up territories. Map control is a huge piece, and you want to allow your enemy to overextend. You want to allow them to dedicate a huge amount of forces so that you can hit them back hard. You also want to look at where their resource production is. So part of the reason that I invaded this was to prevent Greenland from reaping the benefits of Liverpool, at least for a little while. Now, he's going to have a battleship. There's nothing that I can do about that. But instead of trying to compete with him pound for pound, I'm building now submarines to compete with his submarines, but also to take out his battleship. And I'm building more harbors. And because we have more production overall, we're going to be in a better position to wrest control of the seas from him. So knowing where you want to take provinces to cripple your enemy is key. Now, the last thing that I'm going to talk about briefly is Italy and Libya. So we have worked with Libya. Romania is taking out northern Italy, and Libya is taking out southern Italy. Italy is the last, well, there's two real AIs left in the game. Italy is one, and then Sweden is the other. And I could take out Sweden, but I am more interested in beating back the advances of Greenland at this point than I am taking over Sweden. Sweden is one of those things that I'll probably deal with at the very end of the game to finish off the last amount of points, because it's a lot of forts. Like you see a level 5 fort here. There's a lot of troops in the forts, and it's just not worth it. But the conquering of Italy is worth it, not because we want the land. I don't think that we care about the land. What's important is we are developing a relationship with Libya. Libya is going to be the key to General Hawk, myself, and Venetian Dude to winning this game, because he controls most of Africa. We control most of Europe. If he allies with us, then we can win the game, and he can take second, and we'll be in a good spot. We can beat back these three, the big three, and it won't be a problem. Spain is a minor a minor fourth player in their coalition at this point, but he is so minor that he's not going to tip the scales. However, if Libya sides with our enemies, then they have a we have a very large front that is opened up, right? All of this Mediterranean is a front that is opened up for attack, and he can cut off our oil supplies, and he can give landing zone, and he can reinforce Spain. So it's incredibly important for us. Now, if Libya sides with our enemies, the game is not over. It is possible for us to continue and to win. But in order for victory to be assured at this point, Libya needs to side with us. So Libya decides the winner of the game at this point. Things could change, but let's look at the score real quick so that we can kind of get an idea of where everybody's at. So General Hawk and I are top two. Between us, we have 633 points. That is over a third of the total points that we need. In third place is the U.S., Daydream Believer, and then in fourth place is Libya, and then in fifth place is Romania. So the only one of the trio that is competitive with the rest of us is Daydream Believer, and he's got quite a lot, and he's going to be a problem when he declares war, and I know it's coming. If Libya sides with us, that is a significant power influx, or even if he stays neutral. If Libya stays neutral and doesn't attack us at the same time, we can win. What is going to stop us, and what we need to be mindful of, is if Libya decides to side with the American trio, then the European trio is going to have a difficult time furthering anything more than what we have already, and we may be beaten back quite a bit because of how much power Libya possesses. So it's important. What is happening in Italy is not important for the resources. It's not important for the territory. It's important for the relationship development, to work with him to build up trust, to not betray that trust, but to help cultivate a relationship where he wants us to do well in the game, and we want him to do well in the game, so we're working together. That's where we're at this point. I really think that as we pursue the game, I'm going to look over here real quick. Okay, nothing really big happening here. I think what's going to happen in the next couple of days is this big stack is going to try to invade France, but we have a significant force in France. Austria has a significant force in France, and I'm just going to let this sit here. I'm going to let Greenland have this, but instead of counterattacking there, I'm going to cut those troops off so that they cannot withdraw, so that they're stuck there. I want him to build that up. I want him to think that he is safe, and then I'm going to go across the sea and take out Iceland. And from there, it's just a hop over to Greenland, and from there, it's just a hop down to North Canada. Obviously, we're going to need to wrest control of the seas pretty well, but that's the plan. And plans change, and by the time this video comes out, I probably will have a different plan. But that's where we're at this point. This has been a really fun game. By the time this comes out, I'm going to make some announcements on this video. By the time this comes out, I will have started another game. The universe is going to be hosting games for universe members. So by the time this video comes out, it will be too late, and you will not have been able to join the new game. However, we are going to be doing a new game every month. So if you want to be involved in active games like this, join the universe server is step one, because we're going to have smaller, whoever wants to join every month. And then the other thing that you can do, contact me on Discord. So you can join the universe server on Discord, and then you can direct message me or ask me about it in the general channel. There is a community appreciation 500 player map where gold marks will be prohibited. So one of the big things about 500 maps is you get people who just spend a ton of money playing the game, and you get overwhelmed really fast. Well, we have enough players that it's my understanding this is the first time in 1914 history, maybe it's just been within my memory, and I've only been playing the game for about a year. But it's the first time where there's been this much support. There's been this many people wanting to join this type of game, and it is going to be a blast. And I'm going to try to get as many streamers doing this as possible. So we're going to have coverage of all different parts of the world. It's going to be great. And I really encourage you, if you have interest in games like this, where there's high activity, where there's a lot of players that don't quit, join the Universe server, because we're going to host those games, and then join this 500 game. It is going to be a blast, and I'm excited to see you all there. That's all I have for now. Leave a like, because it really helps spread the word so that we can have more people join games like this. Subscribing helps you be notified whenever these videos drop. And let me know if there's any type of specialty games. You know, we did the Nerf Surf and Turf. We did Horse Force for a while. Let me know if you have any ideas for specialty games. Given that Universe is going to be hosting games, we have the opportunity to, every once in a while, do something a little bit different, a little bit funky. And I like hearing ideas on different things that we can do. So feel free to leave one in the comments or reach out to me on Discord. Soli Deo Gloria, and I'll see you next time.